નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. Hello students. We are discussing the revision of this chapter number 6, standard 10. Name is triangles. So in a previous class we have seen the basics of all the concept of the similarity. Then we have studied about the criteria of the similarity. So here we have to consider one thing, that we have studied the one of the concept of the congruence, right? Congruence that we have studied in standard 9. So what we are when we are saying the two triangles are congruent, when they're all the when they're all the angles are equal and all the sides of the two triangles are equal, then the two triangles become congruent, right? So the similarity is something like this. Similarity concept is what? Similarity concept is that if the two triangles have all the angles are equal and all the sides, see, all the sides are not here, we have to take the same equal. All the sides must be in the same proportion, right? Then we can say that the two triangles are similar. So we can say that if the two triangles are congruent, then the two triangles must be similar. If the two triangles are congruent, they must be similar. But the converse is not true. If the two triangles are similar, then they cannot be the congruent. It is not possible in all the cases. Remember, it not possible in all the cases. In some cases, it is possible, right? So this is the most important thing that you have to keep in mind, right? Okay. So now we will discuss the one more concept that we have studied about the area. Right? We have seen the relations between the angles and sides of the two similar triangles. Now we have to study that if the two triangles are similar, then there is a relation between the area of the two similar triangles, and the relation is with the side. So what is the relation? See, if there are two triangles, if we consider here, suppose this is we are taking PQR, and this triangle we are taking uh, M and O. So if these two triangles are similar, that triangle PQR is similar to triangle M and O, right? If these two triangles are similar, then the ratio of the area of these two triangles, that is the area of triangle PQR upon area of triangle M and O. This is what the ratio of the area of the two similar triangles, and it will be equal to the square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. That means the ratio square of this corresponding sides. That is, if we take PQ side, we have to take MN side. The ratio of these sides and its square. It is also equal to QR upon NO whole square, and it is again equal to the third side, that is PR, ratio of the third sides PR and MO whole square, right? So if the two triangles are similar, it has also a relation with the area of the two triangles, and that is the ratio of their areas is equals to the square of the ratio of these corresponding sides. We can take any corresponding side. Either we can take PQ upon MN whole square, or we can take this ratio area is equals to QR upon NO whole square, or this ratio equal to PR upon MO whole square. So this is the relation between the area of the two similar triangles. Okay. After that, we have studied about the concept that we already have studied, that is the Pythagoras theorem, right? We have studied about Pythagoras theorem. And we know that we have already used this theorem, but in this chapter we have proved it using the concept of the similarity. That if the two triangles, if there is a right angle triangle, suppose this is a right angle triangle ABC and angle B is of 90 degree, then according to this Pythagoras theorem, what we can write down? We can write down that the side opposite to this right angle triangle is called the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square, that is AC square, is equals to AB square plus BC square. Right? This is the Pythagoras theorem. There is also one of the theorem, that is the converse of this Pythagoras theorem. See, here we have given that the given condition is the right angle triangle. If right angle triangle is there, we can write down this condition, right? That AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. Now what is the converse? Converse it, if we have given the condition that in a triangle, the square of one side is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides, then the angle opposite to this first side, that is AC, angle opposite to this side is right angle triangle. So this is the converse is also true here, right? So both way it will works, right? If we have given one of the right angle triangle, then this condition we can write down. If this condition we have, we can write down that the triangle is right angle triangle, right? So this is the Pythagoras theorem and the converse of the Pythagoras theorem, right? One more theorem there is that if there is a right angle triangle, right? If there is a right angle triangle, suppose we are taking it PQR, and from this right angle, if we draw a perpendicular on the hypotenuse, suppose this is, we have drawn one of the perpendicular on the hypotenuse, and this point we are taking as a, suppose, M. So what is this here? The triangle PQR is right triangle, and we have drawn one of the perpendicular, that is QM is perpendicular to PR. So three triangles are there, first, second and third. So according to the theorem, this triangle is similar to this main triangle, this triangle is also similar to main triangle, and both these triangles, interior triangles, are also similar to each other. Okay, so how we can name these triangles? See, for this interior triangle, we have to take the anti-clockwise direction, and for this outer triangle, we have to take the clockwise direction, right? We have to take the clockwise direction. And one more thing we have to keep in mind is that when we write down the name, we name the triangle, the right angle, whatever is the angle, it must be in the middle. Suppose we want to write down this triangle PQM, then we cannot write down that PQM. Here we have to keep this thing, this angle is right angle, so this name must be in the middle. Also we have to follow the anti-clockwise direction, so we can write down QMP, the triangle QMP. See, both these rules are followed here, that we are taking the anti-clockwise direction, that is QMP, that is anti-clockwise direction, and this is the right angle, so it must be in the middle. Okay, we have to write down that it is similar to triangle. Here the triangle is PQR, but how we have to name it? We have to take the clockwise direction. So when we take it the clockwise direction, that is RQP. We have to write down the triangle RQP. See, again the Q is the right angle. So whenever the right angle is there, it must be in the middle. Right? Now this triangle, if we have to write down, how we can write down? We have to take the anti-clockwise direction. So this must be in the middle. So we can write down that RMQ. Triangle RMQ is similar to triangle. This now remains as it is, RQP. Right? So this both the triangles we have to take the anti-clockwise direction, QMP and RMP. Both the triangles we have named it anti-clockwise direction, and this main triangle we have to take it in the clockwise direction, and so that we have to write down RQP, right? Okay. Now again these two triangles are also similar to each other. So triangle QMP is similar to triangle RMP. So these are the three conditions we can write down according to the theorem. Okay, so this all are the main concepts that we have to study in this chapter. Okay, so this is all about this lecture. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.